business as usual in Colorado this week. Strength and conditioning, recruit visits, high school recruit visits, and also camp taking place, man. Duke, when you look at what you have seen these first 2 weeks doing strength and conditioning, and even the camps, even the outreach stuff's been happening, what are your takeaways?
Yeah, one, I love the energy. And even just talking to some of the players, they're having a good time. They earn their weekend. They talk that's one of the things that I was hearing about Friday. Like, oh man, well, we got that weekend. And it's not that they're skipping out on they're skipping out on the work, or like they were happy to have they didn't want to get better. It's that it was something that they could earn this early in the season. It set a goal, knock the goal down, enjoy the rewards. And I think that's important psychologically for the season. You set a goal, Big 12 championship. Now you're gonna knock the goal. Now you're gonna knock the goal down. And I think that's kind of and you're starting that early. So seeing how active the linemen are, I love that to see, and not just the offensive linemen, but the defensive linemen. Seeing the defensive linemen run as much as they are, just to say it, and the amount of just straight up core work we're seeing, right? Core work is so important because that's really like the base, is really the foundation of the body. And we talk about being able to sustain 4 quarters of football, power forward football. And we saw in the games that we lost last year, that Colorado lost, there was always a deficiency when it came to the trenches, especially as the game went on, if that started early. So basically, they weren't able to plug any leak last year once it was started. When somebody chipped away at you early with that run, it got worse. And so I think by seeing the guys in the trenches work on their endurance and their cores this early in the season, I love it. And I think the Colorado, the arrow is pointed, it's super in the right trajectory.
You go. Same question to you. What are your takeaways 2 weeks in?
Yeah, I like what he said. Duke just said about the core. I just want to piggyback off that because that's, like you said, so important. The foundation, as we saw Coach Swayze say, that connects your upper and your lower bodies, and that can really, really be a difference throughout this season. Like Duke said, they're working on it so early and taking it serious. A lot of times, like when I play, I could just speak for myself, uh, sometimes you could kind of just skip over the core and not take it as serious, just doing your workouts and kind of doing it and talking to your teammates while you're laying on your back, doing that. And if your strength coach don't stay on top of that and make sure you're focused, some people can just ease through the ab work and not really get that. These guys look like they're taking it serious. And that's like that foundation when building a house or anything, that core work. And we've seen them working on that. And I'm loving it. I think that's going to show his head during the season, endurance wise and fourth quarter wise. Less penalties throughout the season. Also, I don't think we'll be one of the most penalized teams this season because of all of the work that's being put in right now. You're investing it right now, and they're putting it in, and I think it's going to show on the outside once this season starts.
Yeah, I love y'all's analysis there. I'm gonna take it a slightly different way, even though I'm in concurrence with you. For me, Chico and Dukes, let's make ab work like it's equipment, right? Y'all have been to many football camps, participating when you played, high school, college ball, or going as an agent. Like you've been to camps, and when you walk out on that field, you see a big pile of footballs, you see a pile of tackling dummies, you see agility ladders, and you see sleds, and you open the doors for 50 kids to run out there, and don't none of them run toward them sleds.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Let me say it again. You open the door for 50 kids to run out there, don't none of them run toward them sleds. Someone has to be coached into that. Like you have to be navigated toward that. You have to be motivated to do that. It's almost like a dog. A dog has a natural instinct to survive. So if you have a dog that's not trained, he gonna bark. But when three people come in the building with bats, he backing up. He going under the couch. You have to train a dog to attack. That's not a natural instinct. Them sleds ain't a natural instinct. Ab work ain't no natural instinct. You got to want to do it, be made to do it to the point that you love doing it. Just like when you see that dog get trained, he love biting that biting pad now. Run from it. Now he just, And so you see that with these guys in this core work, like they absolutely love it now, but it had to be trained into them. And speaking of that training in them, man, one of my biggest takeaways And I mentioned this to Paul Chico.
No, I'm just laughing at your train.
That's what I
Kind of
said.
sound like
Paul, you
kind of
know,
sound like
you on Selma
pops.
train. Let me tell you this, Chico.
Coordinate.
Yeah, you got to coordinate. Chico, my biggest takeaway from all this, and I said it the other night on Uncle Chico Live, and I asked you the Dukes in a rhetorical question. When we just gonna trust Deion Sanders, man? How many gold jackets, trophies, accolades, football acumen, and achievements a guy got to make before we just go like, maybe he right? Because
Right.
I remember, and this is not when somebody say they love pizza, that don't mean they hate chicken. Shout out to every variation of strength and conditioning staff that Coach Prime has had since he was at Jackson State. I've seen guys go on to Nebraska from him, going to the NFL from him. Coach Mo is now at FAMU doing an internship with the Houston Texans. Wish everybody well. But I remember when Coach Prime made this change and everybody was up in arms. Everybody couldn't believe it. And then when Coach Swayze spoke to the team, everybody's like, oh, who is this guy? Who is he talking to him like that? Now you done put the batter in the bowl, put the ingredients in, stirred it, threw it in the oven at 350, and everybody smelled that cake that's coming out. Oh, it's with you all the time. No, you wasn't. Because you ain't once upon a time, 3 months ago, you didn't believe it. But when you see what's taking place now, and when you see what's going to take place, as Duke talked about, in these fourth quarters of these tight games when we got to stop the run, this is when it took place. Number one.
Yep.
Number two.
You got to make them investments right now, and this is where that confidence is built. To look at the face, the look on the face of Yaya right here. That's confidence. That's being in shape. And Coach Swayze said that also, that you guys are in shape now. You know, your mind is a little bit different now. When you are out of shape and you're doing certain things and you're working out and you get halfway through your workout, you make different decisions when you're out of shape. That line, you know, you're like, dog, might not be able to get all the way to that line. You start, you know, some people start doubting themselves, you know. So
Chico, it's an old saying. I don't know who originated, but fatigue will make cowards of us all. You do not want to fight when you're tired. That has to be trained into you. You have to learn that your body will follow your mind, and the only way that happens is you have to be put in those situations because you're not going to choose to be put in those situations.
Exactly.
Like no one is going to volunteer. Like, oh, let me go down here and do the hard shit. Like somebody has to say, "Hey, you said you want to be a champion, right?" Yes, sir. Well, we got to go do championship stuff. We got to do stuff that nobody else is doing. We got to do it longer than they do it, pause, harder than they do it, pause. We got to do stuff no one else is doing if we want to get the results that other people, you know, say they want. Hey, Super Chat got by us real quick, Chico.
Hold on. If that wasn't true, what you just said, you would have former athletes, once they're done with team activities and their eligibility is up and such, you'll have them continuing to stay in the same shape. What I mean is, you don't have former athletes or anyone out there just going to go out there and say, I'm about to run 200 or 2200s. Nah. Your strength coach got to put that on there. You got to say, oh, that's what we got today. Because you're not going to wake up and say, this is what we no, dog. I thought about that yesterday. Listen, I thought about that yesterday, and my calves are still locked up right now. That's all I got to say. Like Duke said, I can't even sprint.
Have you tried injecting them with a BB?
No, I didn't do that. Didn't do that. I'll say that for you. You tried and let me know how it goes.
Look, Chico, let me tell you this.
You try first.
Let me tell you this. If I don't steal on you when I see you, I'm definitely gonna shoot you. One or the other gonna happen. Reverend BJ Nelson, $5 super chat. Both bodied by Swayze. Pause. I love when the Rev do a pause.
The Rev, hey man.
Hold on. The Rev did a pause. Reverend BJ Nelson hit us with a pause. Reverend BJ Nelson, $5 super chat. Rev say body by Swayze. Pause.
That's my type of Rev.
We're going to show in the strength of the line. Going to be some fights fall camp. Big 12 trial. I agree with the fights fall camp because
most definitely.
That line in the trenches is gonna go at it, baby. I cannot wait, Rev BJ Nelson. Hey, Rev, appreciate that support from the Yay area and that shout out to the pulpit for real. We'll never forget that one.
And you have a lot of guys transferring coming in, former starters. That's going to be and mainly on that offensive and defensive line. You got a bunch of former starters coming in. They're going to have to be fighting for their position. And it's a situation where I don't know him for real. Like I'm just meeting him this year. So it's not like I have a whole report with him like we're going to brother-in-law. No, this is damn near like a NFL type camp because you have guys really fighting for their positions, and they're going to be
Hey,
literally
what
fighting, I
Deuce?
think, out there also.
Deuce and Chico? What John Gruden told him? He said, y'all sitting here and y'all pursuing y'all dreams. Y'all looking at it wrong. We pursuing nightmares. Because for you to make it, you got to give another man a nightmare. You got to take his job.
Yep.
You got to take the way he feed his family. You got to take the way he trying to bless his kids. Like, it ain't about your dream. It's about causing somebody else's nightmare. Hey, give a couple quick shout outs in the comments about Swayze. Julia Smith says, I was Neely. They was bullying me, calling me a hater for loving the hire. The Texas Truth said, not me. I Googled him immediately. And when you Google Swayze, saw what he did in Miami, easy to know what he brought to the table. Jaden V, after Coach Swayze first time talking to team, I knew he was straight. Shonda Woodson Prime has shown he hires up and it only gets better. That's my point right there, Shonda. Like, he don't miss. In the heat of adversity.
He don't miss.
He don't miss. I appreciate it. Snoop Dogg, you with me.
I'm with you on Snoop. Shout out to the boss dog.